Hey guys, I'm Killer back in this video. Today I want to make a video discussing my thoughts on the season finale for The Walking Dead: The Ones Who Live, episode 6, titled The Last Time. This episode I was not a fan of. I didn't like this episode. This episode had a lot of problems. Well, just so many things in this episode made no sense to me. Like the fact that the CRM General Beale, you're telling me that General Beale, this character that we've been building up to and they've been building up to and stuff, like they've been saying he's supposed to be this very evil, dangerous person, this very dangerous, evil person. They've been telling us that he's supposed to be like that. Yet this episode, he's dealt with just like that, very quickly. He's killed off very easily, quickly. He's dealt with, taken out just like that. Are you fucking serious? Give me a break, AMC. Really? And the fact that throughout this whole season, he's been just so freaking underutilized. Like the actor Terry O'Quinn has been so underutilized throughout this whole season. He was barely in this season, and yet in the finale he's just taken out so fucking quickly. I didn't like that at all. It really frustrated me and made me pissed off, not gonna lie. And the fact that the CRM itself is, especially last episode, episode 5, made it seem like taking down General Beale, the CRM, was going to be so tough and challenging, and yet this episode, they were all taking out so fucking easily, so quickly. I didn't like that at all. It just felt very insulting to me, and there are also more things in this episode that makes no sense, you're telling me that those bombs were first of all, it makes no sense that those bombs were just out in the open, no one watching them or no one patrolling them. They're just out in the open, unattended, for Rick Michonne to go to them so easily, set a trap, and no one catches them. No one catches them or finds them. And yet they set a trap so easily. It makes no fucking sense. And another thing that doesn't make sense is Rick and Michonne are standing right next to the blast zone where the bombs go off. They're standing right next to it. And yet the fucking CRM soldiers, hundreds of feet away, who are nowhere near the blast zone, they all get taken out and Rick and Michonne survive. That makes no sense at all. It makes zero fucking sense in my opinion. That was dumb. That was unrealistic. That makes no sense. That right there feels like something that you'd find in Fear. Makes no sense. And I'm sorry, just so many things in this episode just felt rushed and just felt very rushed, and so many things in this episode was a problem. Having the CRM, having General Beale, they just get taken out so easily. It felt insulting to me. This episode really, it felt like this episode insulted me and my intelligence, and insulted me as a person. It made me feel like an idiot for watching this entire season. It really did. This episode just has so many problems. Like I said before, it feels rushed. Well, and me personally, don't get me wrong, I did like the ending. I liked seeing Rick and Michonne reunite with Judith and RJ. I liked seeing him reunite with Judith. And I'm sorry, RJ, his acting in this episode was so fucking stiff. Am I the only one? But to me, his acting in this episode just felt like a robot. So it felt so stiff, and so that's just my opinion. Okay, I don't care for RJ. He's a very useless character that I don't care about. But yeah, so many things I didn't like how they utilized General Beal. That felt insulting to me. I don't like how they resolved the CRM in this episode. That was also very insulting to me. Especially like I said, episode 5 made it seem like taking down Beal and the CRM was going to be so difficult and so challenging. Whereas this episode, it just felt like so easy and so like just for it just felt so easy. I don't like that how it just retcons the previous episode where, like I said, episode 5 made it seem like taking down Beal and the Serum was going to be so difficult and so challenging, and yet this episode, it was so fucking easy. I don't like that. That really just irks me. I don't like that at all. Cause apparently this episode is the end of the CRM. Apparently they all get wiped out in that explosion, and then Beal dies, Thorne dies. Apparently, all the evil, bad people in the CRM, they all get taken out this episode. It's just so fucking easy. That makes no sense. It makes no sense to me that, like I said, episode 5 made it seem like it was going to be a challenge. It was going to be hard, difficult. And in this episode, they make it seem so fucking easy. That makes no sense. That's inconsistent writing. I didn't like that. The fact that Beal was dealt with just like that, like it's nothing. Okay, freaking Thorne, she died just like that, like it's nothing. The CRM freaking went out in that explosion like it's nothing. Like this episode just had so much writing problems and so much issues, and nothing in this episode made sense. Okay, it didn't make sense for Beal to die so fucking quickly. That made no sense. Okay, the CRM, them getting wiped out like that made no sense. Especially, like I said, why were those chlorine bombs unattended? Why wasn't anyone watching over them, patrolling that area? Why was it just left in an open area with no one patrolling it? That makes no sense. This, God. This episode, I had so many problems with this. I had so many problems with this episode. I really did. I didn't like this finale. This finale was just lazy and it felt rushed, and nothing in this episode made sense. I'm sorry. I'm hoping and praying that my good friend Walker Dead Phoenix does a far better job with the character of General Beals, the name C gave us, because what they gave us was fucking pathetic. This character was freaking pathetic. He was a freaking disappointment, pathetic disappointment that I was let down by. Okay, AMC did not utilize him properly at all. It really let me down, disappointed me. And just, General Beal, like I said earlier on in this video, they were building him up as this evil tyrant who was supposed to be dangerous, cunning, evil, heartless. The General Beal we got in this season, he wasn't any of those things. He was just a watered down, pathetic, useless villain that wasn't even a threat to anyone. He did nothing in this entire season. He did nothing. All he does in this whole season is just gives speeches, and he just talks, and he says a speech at freaking Oak Forest funeral, and then the finale just dies by Rick so fucking easily. Give me a break, AMC. Give me a break. I'm sorry, just General Beal to me was a giant disappointment. He was a massive disappointment that I'm let down by. like it wasn't the actor's fault. It was AMC's fault for building him up so much, and yeah, building him up to be this evil tyrant who was a giant threat. Give me a break. The General Beale we got was not a threat. He wasn't a tyrant. He wasn't an evil, heartless man that AMC said he was. He was just he was just a pathetic old man who just dies by Rick like it's nothing. And I'm sorry that I keep focusing on that, but it was just a freaking waste. Okay, General Beale in this episode was just a poor excuse at a villain, and he was just such a waste, such a disappointment. Like this whole episode really just pissed me off more than anything. I didn't like this episode. I'd probably give it a 3.5 out of 10. Had a lot of problems, and just yeah, like the reason I compared him to Pope is because similar to Pope, they were building Pope up to be this really scary, terrifying person that put a target on Maggie, and yet what we got with him was just a pathetic excuse of a villain. And it's kind of the same thing with General Beale. What we got was just such a poor excuse of a villain who did nothing in any of his scenes in the entire show. Like I'm serious. Like all of Beale's scenes in The Ones Who Live, he does nothing. He doesn't kill people. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't he doesn't try to kill Rick or kill Michonne. He doesn't kill anyone. He's just a giant disappointment. That definitely, he was just such a disappointment in my opinion. And like I said before, and like I said earlier on in this review, okay, I'm sorry if I'm ranting so much. Just this episode, I didn't like this episode. It had a lot of problems, had a lot of issues. This episode could have been so much better than it was, could have been so much better, but the writing in this episode was not good. It was very sloppy and very just not good writing, in my opinion. Okay, the CRM, I'm pretty sure the CRM, that's it for them in this episode. It just doesn't make sense to me, like I said before, that the CRM, Beale, Thorne, all these big evil people just went down so pathetically in this episode like it's nothing. That's one of the main things I freaking don't like about this episode, was that this episode made freaking Beale, CRM, Thorne, they made these characters just die so easily by Rick and Michonne. I didn't like that. So that's it for this video. I just want to give my raw thoughts on the finale for The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. I wasn't a fan of this episode. I thought it was very sloppily written. Not a lot of things made sense, and not a lot of things in the season mattered. Nothing mattered. Okay, General Beale didn't matter. The CRM didn't matter. Thorne, her character didn't matter. Nothing mattered at the end of the season. Nothing mattered. So yeah, that's it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Peace.